Yo, what's up? So today we're going to be looking at something I can talk all day about. It's Bring Me the Horizon. Now, with some time to kill, I thought let's just go through their albums, talk about it. Done it for August Burns Red. I want to do it for more bands, for my own enjoyment. So, I mean, kind of have to do arguably my favorite band next, Bring Me. So let's crack right into this. So we're starting with the EP. The EP, this is what the edge of your seat was made for. 2004 or 5? Don't even know. Let's fact check it. Okay, 2004. This album is so EP. This album is so okay. Like, yeah, it's alright. I mean, it's their first like proper go at kind of, I guess, putting out music in a way. I could be wrong. Obviously, you've got the 4 songs. They have some really cool moments in it. I mean, Traits Play Hangman is it's fun, it's cool. RE has some pretty sick riffs. Who Wants Flowers When You're Dead, I think, is a standout song. Raw kind of exists. They're all solid songs with some really nostalgic, catchy moments. You know, I've listened to this EP so many times, I love it. But like, we're also comparing it to Bring Me the Horizon, who have one of the strongest discographies there is going. It's just okay. You know, it's not bad, but nothing stands them out. But if we're talking about Count Your Blessings, baby, in 2006, before your favorite deathcore albums came out, they dropped this raw masterpiece of an album. Count Your Blessings, for me, just kind of hits you right in the nostalgic sweet spot. I listen to this album all the time so much. It's incredible. The way the harmonic minor has been used here is to just absolute perfection. And even though there's nothing that is crazy out the blue, they've got a very cool formula with obviously you've got the catchy choruses. I guess you can say they're choruses and you can say they're kind of catchy, like Braille, for example. And then obviously you got the breakdowns with Tell Slayer Not to Wash His Dick, one of the best breakdowns in metal, in my opinion. I will get hate, but there's also probably a nostalgic kind of standpoint for me on that one as well. But I absolutely love this album. Pray for Plagues is such a classic. And they did the harmonic minor better than most bands did it, especially in deathcore. And it's such an influential album that is listened to so much for me as well. So it's going straight. It's like one of their best albums, in my opinion. Sorry, not sorry. I go back to it so much. Then they dropped Suicide Season, which, yeah, it's a good album. Well, it's obviously got some of the standout songs. It's got Sadness Will Never End. It's got, well, it opens up with the Come Down for starters. It got Diamonds, which is fun. It's a cool song. Suicide Season being one of arguably, no, not their best final song on an album, but definitely one of them. It really kind of introduced them. My favorite on the album is probably It Was Written in Blood, but there's also like, you know, Death Breath is fine. You know, I hear about Girls Like You on the back of bathroom doors, whatever it's called. It's okay. Chelsea Smile is obviously an absolute hit. Everyone loves it. But whenever they play an old song in their set, they normally play Chelsea Smile. We've had enough of it. We get it though, but give us something else. The album it's solid. It's a good album. It's not their best work, but it's definitely better than the EP. So it's going bang on in solid. Now, a lot of people, or it's widely said that their best album is There Is a Hell. And I kind of get it. They hit a sweet spot of like such a strong, like metalcore sound. You know, well, one of the best opening songs Bring Me has is Crucify Me. Absolutely superb. Now, I think basics or staples in a Bring Me the Horizon set should be like Alligator Blood and I would say Crucify Me, but now comparing it to the other songs they have, probably not as much. It would be a cool throw in, but Alligator Blood, it, for me, is like a staple Bring Me song that I think they should always play and on the album stands out above anything, above It Never Ends, above Visions, above Don't Go. I think Alligator Blood is a standout song on that album for me. You know, Anthem's cool, you know, Fuck is cool. The kind of what they went for on the album, they got perfect. And obviously, Blessed with a Curse is such an incredible song. As an album, it's so well put together. The songs fit together so well collectively. It's really well in one. And I would definitely say it's well, I didn't choose these best enjoyable, solid, whatever. But if we're going in that way, we'll definitely go with enjoyable. It's a really good album. I've done an insane amount of hours on this album. But then I wouldn't say it's as good as Count Your Blessings, or probably, in my eyes, the best metal album since like Hybrid Theory or the first Slipknot album in 1999. It is Sempiternal. Now, this album came out of like so much fuel from everything Ollie and the band went through at the time, and it really shows. I mean, the quality of this album is insane. Obviously, we opened up with Can You Feel My Heart, which is one of the best metal songs ever written. The emotion in that song and how like kind of basic the structures but how effective the parts are, and obviously the I'm Scared to Get Close is just so absolutely powerful. This song is huge, it deserves to be huge, and it sets up the stand for one of the best albums we've ever seen in metal. Of course, you've got the heavy hitters like, you got House of Wolves, you got Antivist. I mean, Empire Let 'Em Sing, arguably one of my favorites on the album, if not I maybe my favorite. And if we're talking about closing songs, Hospital for Souls is flawless of a song. This album, back to front, is perfect. Songs like The Snakes Start to Sing is also so unique. I mean, I'll say Empire again, it's and Go to Hell from Heaven's Sake with that really powerful, you're not a shepherd, you're just a sheep break. Front to back, every single part of this album is completely flawless. I wouldn't change anything about it. Now, the deluxe, on the other hand, is like, yeah, I don't care for Join the Club. It's whatever. It's kind of just very mid. Deathbeds is okay. And then Chasing Rainbows, which is now not even on Spotify, kind of, I get it, dropped off. It's just not a very good song. But then you still got people that will be like, my favorite Bring Me song is Chasing Rainbows. And it's like, no, you're just trying to act like you're some big fan that knows all their back catalogue and whatever. Sorry, not sorry. You know who you are. That is Sempiternal. Flawless. Everything about the album is perfect. If you're a musician, you will strive to write a song as good as one of the songs on that album. It is perfect. Okay, That's the Spirit it's an album by Bring Me. It's a follow-up from Sempiternal, and obviously there's a lot of pressure on them after Sempiternal. First of all, they put out Drowned, which is one of Bring Me's best songs, an amazing live song, amazing sing-along song. This song is exceptional, so we were really excited for the rest of the album. I really like Doomed. I think Doomed is a very class song. True Friends is fun. Happy Song really annoys me. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of those chants in a way. Personal opinion, it's okay. But there's a lot of songs on that album that are they just don't really float my boat personally. I think, I don't know, they just feel a bit too, I don't want to use the word safe, because that's a very bad way when you hear songs that are really catchy and really like pretty like easy structure. People are like, oh, those songs are safe, when actually it's harder to write songs like that because standing out in a basic format is way harder than whatever. Anyway, look, I just wasn't a massive fan of this album. Follow You is really fun, but songs like Avalanche, Blasphemy can kind of go. Throne's a banger, but it's like, I think it's a 50-50 album where 50% of the songs slap, and then like the other 50 I kind of go past. The issue is, this is a really good album, but we're comparing it to like Sempiternal and other albums. So I'd say if I'm going 50-50, we're going to go solid. It's not quite Suicide Season, but yeah, it's sick. All right, next we've got Ammo. I'm going to start off by saying Ammo has one of the best productions of, just an insane production of any album ever. That being said, I don't revisit it much. I don't like Mantra. I'm not a massive fan of that song. It's okay, it's fun, but I'm sorry, I can't take a song seriously when how do I spell Epiphany, or those other lines he puts in where it's like he's forgotten the words and gone, oh yeah, that'll do. It just sounds like that, and it's just, in people might be like, oh yeah, it's like it's edgy or cool. To me, it's just lazy. That's really rude of me to say, so sorry, but I'm just not a big fan. It just feels like a cop out. I really like Nihilist Blues. In the Dark's alright. Sugar Honey Ice's Tea has got an okay chorus. I actually really liked Mother Tongue and Medicine. But if we're comparing it to other Bring Me albums, production's incredible. The rest of it's okay. Personal opinion, I know I've got some friends and it's their like favorite album, and I support that. I also think that the Danny Phil feature on A Wonderful Life was not a bit of a waste of a feature, in my personal opinion. Like, it's okay. He did do his high scream, but I feel like if we were to have Danny Fields feature on one of the modern day Bring Me songs, it would hit so much harder. So it's okay. So we got the big long album. I am so ADHD. When you've got like a 26-second minute song or whatever, I just switch off. I can't do long songs. As you can tell by the way I speak, that's too much for me. No, it's cool. I like the parts of the songs that are in there, which are really cool, and the features that come in. But it's just I don't listen to it much because it's just too much for me. And I'm sure at some point I'll end up just getting obsessed with it. No idea. But now we can move on to Posthuman, which was like, through COVID, writing songs, working out the progression of a band, probably finding out, like, I don't know, being really experimental. And it comes out with Posthuman Survival Horror. Dude, this album, amazing. Like, we literally opened up the album with a fast blast and a Slayer solo and a catchy chorus. It's good. I am a big fan of every single song on this album. I really liked like Teardrops, and Obey is really fun. I think Teardrops is one of the standout songs of this album. I mean, outside of Kingslayer, which obviously is one of their biggest songs, absolutely mega. But they're so far out of their comfort zone. They've really reached out of their comfort zone, and they really went full balls to the wall experimental. Some bands do a lot of safe stuff when stuff gets further, but they did the opposite, and it's exponentially awesome what they've done. I don't know if those two words make sense. Don't matter. But it's the real experimental songs, saying it again, for example, like Ludens or Parasite Eve, that really do stand out to me on this album. But front to back, I mean, even like One by One with Nova Twins, and every song on this I think is class. I absolutely love this album. It's going, I don't know, I feel like, I think it's a better album than Count Your Blessings. But we're going on my favourite albums. We're going to do it this way. Okay, so the last album we've got is the Next Gen album that they released last year. I don't even know. So this album kind of, obviously it was a follow-up of Parasite Eve, and there was a lot of changes in the band, so we weren't too sure. Because they dropped a song really early, I think, which was Die For You, which when I first heard it, I was like, I don't like this. What is this? What's going on? And then nowadays I absolutely love it. It's just, I think it's hard when bands that you love do a switch of some form, because it's not what you expected. And normally if it goes heavier, you're like, oh, this is great. And if it goes softer, you're like, But it was a very interesting, because it's quite it's a really cringy hook line. You know that I bleed for, you know that I die for you. But doesn't matter. I mean, it's got some Let Me See Your Halo, so catchy. And then Strangers is like okay, but I feel like it's a very radio friendly song, which is cool and I love it, but it's not my vibe. But now we get the whole album, and the way the whole album goes together is crazy. It's experimental, but in a, I don't know what to say, in a different way, but experimental using loads of different ideas. I mean, even songs like 10 Statues That Cry Blood, or Dark Side, that are really, or the one that I didn't like, that I do like, that they released first, which was Lost. Kind of bringing that like emo twist that we all crave for. We all love emo, but there's not been many emo bands to break out since the noughties of the 30 Seconds to Mars, My Chemical Romance. So that was such a lovely light. So it was experimental in a different way, but obviously it has some heavy moments. Now, obviously we got Kool-Aid as well, which is one of Bring Me's best songs. I love that song so much. You got a taste now, drink the Kool-Aid from the jug. Unique choruses, and you can tell a lot of trial and error have gone into these songs, and it's made an amazing album. I wouldn't say I like it as much as the top three, but I just think this is once again a personal preference thing. In terms of the quality of their albums, once again, I'd probably put it in maybe par with the Posthuman Next Gen, maybe above Count Your Blessings. But if we're going off my favourite albums, I'd go on par, maybe even above There Is a Hell. I'm not really sure, but they're kind of online. But that's my Bring Me tier list. Yeah, I mean, people might disagree. Oh yeah, people will disagree. I mean, I'm currently putting Count Your Blessings above both Posthuman Survival Horror and Next Gen, just by the fact the amount of production in those two albums versus the not very good production, but it's a sick album, okay? So that's my Bring Me tier list. Let me know what yours is, and let me know what your favourite Bring Me songs are and all that. And 20 years of Count Your Blessings. Give us something. All right, cool. I'm going to do Parkway Drive and Whitechapel next. Nice one.